name is Neil Chethik. I'm the director of the Carnegie Center for Literacy and Learning. We celebrated our 21st birthday this year as an institution that supports reading and writing as much as possible within the community. We try to step in where there is not already a player. For example, in the public schools, if somebody is struggling in the school system, we offer free tutoring if they can't afford it. And if they're struggling as adults trying to get a book published, we offer mentoring and classes that could help them get a book published or help them improve as writers. So we just believe that writing and educating and reading is all a very valuable thing to have in our community, and that's what we do. We're located in the old Lexington Public Library on Gratz Park. About 100 years ago, Andrew Carnegie gave $65,000 to the city of Lexington. They put a few $1,000s more and they built this spectacular building right on the south end of Gratz Park. And it had served as a library for about 80 years before it was left behind for the new building downtown. At that point, they tried to decide, they decided locally, what were we going to do with this building? And they landed on the idea of a literacy and learning center. And we're glad they did. We are heavily matched to the school year, and so the holidays is actually a low time for us, but it's a time to start thinking about what do you want to do in 2014. Do you want to be speaking another language? We offer classes in Spanish and French. Do you want to write that book that you've always wanted to write? We offer classes in fiction and nonfiction and poetry. Do you want to publish that book? We have a conference that is called Books in Progress, where we bring agents from New York in. Do you want to be a tutor? That's a very valuable experience. I know I've done it myself here, where you work with a kid for 1 year, 1 hour every week at the Carnegie Center. You get all the support of the Carnegie Center and the kid who's matched with you, and then you get to develop this relationship and help this child improve or even excel in school. So it's a great opportunity to come to the Carnegie Center and try out a lot of different things, learning and giving back. Each year we have something called a Carnegie Classics, where we take a piece of literature and then we build a whole evening of arts events and we transform the Carnegie Center into something else. Recently we did that with The Great Gatsby, and we had a phenomenal evening of party and art, and it was beautiful. And then the year before we did it with To Kill a Mockingbird. This year we're working on the next book, but we haven't quite landed on which one it's going to be. So we're looking for input on that. We also have a series of classes to help people become better critics. If you're interested in being an art critic, for example, you can take a class at the Carnegie Center which will help you actually get published in that field. So, and it's being sponsored by 2 magazines that would like more good critics. So they're waiting there for you to graduate from that class so that they can pay you to do some writing. So that's another exciting thing that we're up to. 4 times a year, we have what we call Kentucky Great Writers, which is a series of readings, and each time there's 3 writers who have done really well and gotten published and often have sold many tens of thousands of copies. They come back and do a reading here and meet the public, and it's free to the public to meet these authors. And we do that 3 times over the next 6 months. So that includes some authors like Brian Long, who's a National Award winner from Louisville, Jeremy Payden, who's an Appalachian poet from Lexington, Sarah Combs, who used to work at the Carnegie Center. She got an award for the first 500 words of a novel, and then she turned that into a young adult novel. She's just publishing that and is ready to go for her second novel. So we're really very excited to help young writers get launched as well. So we're in the gallery hop cycle too, so any Friday night that you're at a gallery hop, be sure to come to the Carnegie Center where we can help you enjoy your evening with refreshments and good art. The best place to go for our general information like registration is our website, carnegiecenterlex.org, and that's L-E-X at the end. Carnegie Center Lex, one word, at .org. And you can also come by the center anytime. We have, or if you call us, 254-4175, and that's 859. 254-4175. We will send you a copy or put you on our mailing list and send you a copy of our brochure as it comes out. We have a new one coming out in early December of 2013, and it will be for the classes that start in January and go from January to the end of May. There were two other programs that I wanted to mention.
Okay,
that I thought might interest people. One is on January 23rd, which is a Thursday evening, we're going to have our second induction ceremony for the Kentucky Writers Hall of Fame. We created the Hall of Fame last year and selected the first 6 inductees. They're Kentucky writers who go back about 200 years and then, you know, all the way to the more modern writers. They have to be deceased though. So that way we are trying to build a base for the current writers, and there are many great writers who are still alive, but this was a way to sort of stock the foundation of the Hall of Fame. We're doing it again this year with only deceased writers, but there's some great nominees, and that is being selected, and it will be unveiled on that night, January 23rd, Thursday in 2014. So that should be a lot of fun. And then second, we have the launch of the Tattoo Project book. The Tattoo Project, you may know as transy professors who have gotten about 250 people locally to get tattoos on their body with words that come from a poem by a local poet. So we at the Carnegie Center are very close to that poet. We've got words and art moved together and becomes literary art, and we are launching that book on February 7th, which is a Friday night. February 7th, here at the Carnegie Center. You can get copies of that book. I actually have been tattooed. So that was my first tattoo at age 56. We'll have a fun evening, and we should have a big crowd for that night too. So there's always interesting things going on. I welcome people to come to our website. We are and do have a large presence on Facebook as well, so just go look for us on Facebook, and that keeps us kind of on a more daily basis connected with our community. So we invite people from the Lexington community who are interested in education, who are interested in writing, in literature in general. Reading and writing is what we're about.